Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. It is the Daily Dish, and it's Tuesday. Welcome, everybody. Catherine, good to have you here. Jocelyn, excited to see you. Sorry for anybody who was on our webinar last night. My biggest apologies. I couldn't even use my cell phone. We had this weird pop-up thunderstorm that wasn't even on the radar. And today, my pickleball group with my girls, we were all just talking. Where'd that come from? It wasn't even on the radar. I thought I was losing my mind, but it wasn't even on the radar, and we got pelted. It was just like poor Lincoln lost his. You know what? He wasn't having it. I don't know, but I don't like thunderstorms like that either. Anyway, hi Jeanette, Ann. Good to have you here. Anyway, we are rescheduling for tomorrow night. And, we were going to do a recording. We talked about all of that. But y'all, we like getting together, don't we? So if you have time tomorrow night, it's at savingdinner.com/restore. And I don't know if, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to go sign up again. Sorry. Just go sign up. Just go get it. It's easy. Put another tab up, blah, blah, blah. And if there's a pop-up thunderstorm, I told Jenny I couldn't even send her a smoke signal last night. It was just crazy town. Anyway, but hopefully that is not going to happen tonight. There's nothing on the horizon, although it's kind of getting cloudy out there. Who knows? You re-registered everyone from last night. You are so good, Jenny. Look at how she's taking care of everybody. But if you weren't registered and you're thinking, yeah, I'd like to come, I'd love you to come, because our Vibrant Body Detox is different than everybody else's because it's gentle, it's kind, and it respects your body. It's not one of these abrupt things where you're just going to get yourself sick and, running for the bathroom. It's not like that at all. The food is amazing. And because we had such a, well, let's just say because our storm came in, we have a storm special, and we're going to be giving away our another recipe book absolutely free. So I hope you plan on joining us and be a part of this. We will be starting on the 22nd, Monday the 22nd. Your supplements will probably be getting there right on time, if not a couple of days late. It does not matter because you still go through the whole supplement and the whole 9 yards. Don't worry, I'm here. I'll hold your hand. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fine. So that's savingdinner.com/restore. Okay, that's what we're all about. Doris, hello. So that's great. Also, I want you to we're just going to focus on the Vibrant Body Detox because spring cleaning and all of that. So that's what we have going on this week, and the extra recipe book that comes with it. So you've got the whole program. It's fun. It's delicious. It's great. Okay. Our quote of the week is another zinger. Our fantasies are our realities in an excuse-free world. Boom. Cosmic 2x4. What do you think? I thought that was pretty good. Okay, so today, though, I'm going to be sharing with you something that I read this morning that came in my email. I get inspirational stuff in my email all the time, don't you? One is called Notes from the Universe, and I've always enjoyed this. The guy who writes it, I've read a couple of his books. They're a little woo-woo, a little bit out there, but there's always some good stuff. I mean, when we read things, we don't need to be 100% invested in everything. We can put our filtration system up, right? That's what I do. Anyway, this is what it said. I'm going to read it to you. Leanne, today don't think or say, I'm tired, I'm hurt, I'm angry. Don't even think or say, I'm happy. Instead, think and say, I've chosen to be tired, hurt, angry, or better still, I'm choosing to be happy. You don't get hit by feelings. You feel them based on your perceptions. and you perceive based on your beliefs, and you believe as you choose. You are your words. Boom. Mic drop on that one. I love this and I just went, wow, this is good. I needed to hear this today. I've got a lot of things right now that are pending. I've got a DEXA scan that I'm waiting to hear back. I'm sure it's fine because the results came in on Friday. They would have called me if there was something to be suspicious about. So waiting for that. I'm waiting to hear back to see if I passed muster, and I'm going to be doing a TED Talk in September. And I've got a lot of things that I'm waiting on right now. And when I do this, I keep saying, I'm impatient. I just want to know. I'm just this. I'm just that. And I need to recognize, just like all of us, that we need to understand that as we speak these words, we are proclaiming them to ourselves. We are accepting of these things, and we're getting hit by the emotions that come along with them. So I wanted to break this down a little bit because it's one thing to say all of this stuff, but it's another thing to figure out, okay, so then what do I do about this so that I can be on top of it, so that I can take action? Because no joke, it's really easy to let your emotions have the better say in what it is that you're doing. But what if the answer to mastering them lies in the language we use to describe them? Because that's what we're talking about here. And what we need to do, because this isn't just a philosophical thought, there is science behind all of it, of course. And how we reframe our emotions is going to shift our emotional state and influence our emotional health. It's that profound. We've talked about this before. And I think it's worth talking about again. And I think it's worth looking at and saying, this is exactly what it is that we need to do. So we've got 5 science-based approaches. Okay, you ready? The first one is to understand the science of self-talk. The way that we talk to ourselves, our words are powerful. It's the inner dialogue that we have over and over again. And cognitive therapy, we've heard about that. Behavioral therapy shows us that negative self-talk leads to emotional distress and emotional harm. No lie, right? So by consciously choosing the words that define our feelings, saying, I'm choosing to be happy instead of I'm happy, we are empowering ourselves by our choices instead of being passive about the whole thing. We empower ourselves to take control over our emotions instead of letting our emotions take control over us. It's that simple. Hey, Lynn. And Deborah, too. Number 2 is we need to practice mindful awareness. You know, we talk about this all the time, but how easy it is to slip out of this. Being consciously aware means that you maintain a moment by moment awareness of what's going on around you. It's not allowing your brain to run away from you. Instead, it's showing that mindfulness can reduce emotional reactivity. This is huge because if emotional reactivity is something that has plagued you, there's a way out. It can also improve emotional regulation. In other words, you don't have to have this is not just a bunch of platitudes. It's not just about, well, think positive thoughts. It's not that. It's science. So you have to start by observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment and reframing them to reflect your actual choices. And if you want to make it even more powerful, your choices become decisions, right? You can say, I'm choosing to be happy, or you say, I have decided to be happy. And that cuts everything else off. And this is powerful. This is how we stand in our power and take it back. Number 3 is to employ cognitive reframing. Okay, we kind of talked about that a little bit, but this is a technique we can use to change our minds, how we look at our situation, ourselves, others, how we manage stress, all of this stuff. So when you find yourself doing the automation sequence of I'm just this, I'm just that, I'm just this, you stop, you pause, and you reflect. And you think, you know what? I'm choosing to feel tired because I stayed up late working, or I stayed up late fooling around on my phone, or I stayed up late filling the blank. Then what we've done is, well, first of all, that puts you in charge. And the second thing, that alerts you to the problem, because the problem wasn't, it's just, I'm just tired. The problem is that you have a behavior that needs changing. Staying up and doom scrolling through your phone is what did it. So that might be, oh, I'm going to consider changing that behavior. You see how things start to pivot a little bit when you do those things? Number 4 is gratitude. You've heard it before, an attitude of gratitude. But I will tell you that expands the borders of your heart. And when you start to focus on what's abundant instead of what's lacking in your life, you start to see things in a completely different way. It removes all the garbage and starts filling your life with flowers, fully bloomed flowers. This has shown, the research has shown us that this can actually improve your psychological health. This can help you because it reduces the toxic emotions that accompany all this doom talk and all the negative self-talk that we do. So I think that, a couple of things that you can do: mirror affirmations. You can start writing things down and using, your 3x5s and putting them everywhere, using your journal, and just noticing that when you start talking negatively to yourself, you have an opportunity to flip the switch. Okay. And number 5 is really easy. It is to set intentions for emotional ownership. Is that so good? I am statements are powerful, but I am deciding are even more powerful when you're flipping something around. So it's proactive and it's supported by research suggesting that when you set this intention, that you can enhance your emotional self-regulation and resilience, which is huge. Because when we feel like a runaway train with our emotions, we feel like everything is completely out of control. We feel overwhelmed, and we feel like we just can't, and then we just have to lay down, and we're overwhelmed, and we're this, that, and the other thing. But we have to understand that emotions are not things that happen to us, but experiences, right? That we can actively shape. That's empowering. And they're actively shaped by our choices, our beliefs, and this puts us in the driver's seat of regaining and getting back significant power over our emotional lives. And, the thing is, we have to understand is that we are not passively experiencing this world, even when we don't think we have a voice in it. We're actively participating in it through our perceptions. And for some of us, it's really weak. And for others, it helps us to stand up and to say, hey, I'm going to take that back. So if you see yourself in this place, you remember that you have the choice. You always, always, always have the choice on what it is to do, what it is that you can say, and what it is that you're going to focus on. And when we do this, and we start to take that power back and start to stay in the present, things massively shift, and we become the women of our own dreams. We start living our lives in full bloom vibrantly. And I want you to remember these 5 things. And by the way, they'll all be written out in a lot more detail in tomorrow's show notes. Make sure you grab them. But I want you to remember this, because this is the pivot point to say and to stop ourselves and to start saying, I'm not passively experiencing this world. I'm actively participating in it through my perceptions. So it's up to me to shift them. That's powerful. That's powerful, because you're not waiting for anything. You're only waiting for yourself. So remember, mindfulness is key. Mindfulness is your plumb line. And when you start cultivating this awareness, you can start to pick and choose your words carefully, because remember, you are your words. Ta-da! Short show today, but powerful stuff. And this is the stuff that does change your life and change your mind, I think. I hope to see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. You'll get your invitation in the email. But you need to go get your seat if you have not yet. If you were already registered for Monday, you will get it again. You'll get it in the email right now. savingdata.com/restore. And if you need anything at all from us, always reach out. We're available. We love you. We care about you. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.